let's go over right now to the next topic that we have here. And that's going to be everybody's favorite Villanova guy. Been on the Knicks for a while now and always joining the Knicks time and time again. We let him go. He goes away. He allows us to get talent. And then, by hook or crook, he comes back and always makes his way back to the Knicks. You guys know who I'm talking about. Ryan Archidiacono. And according to an ESPN NBA Insider and Tim Bontemps, he actually reported that it's only a matter of time before Ryan joins up with these other Villanova Knicks. According to Bontemps, he states, I think the extension, according to him with Jalen Brunson's extension, is certainly a secondary part of the transaction that was made a couple of weeks ago, the trade for Mikal Bridges, the fourth member of the Nova Knicks. I still maintain that the fifth member of the Nova Knicks, who has been there before, Ryan Archidiacono, will wind up back with the Knicks at some point in time. So as everybody can see here, as multiple NBA insiders has just confirmed here, we have basically confirmation that at some point, Ryan is coming back to the Knicks. And that picture you saw before, you guys remember it. Brunson, Josh Hart, Dante, and our favorite Villanova guy, Ryan Archidiacono. They were posing, they had that picture. Add Mikal Bridges to that picture now. That's going to happen before the season ends. I promise you. Before this season ends, Ryan is making his way back to the Knicks. He's going to join this team. He's going to be out there calling for violations, telling the refs to call these calls, helping the Knicks, helping Tom Thibodeau, being available to talk to the media about what it means, what it feels like to be part of this Knicks team, part of this championship run with all of his former college buddies. That's going to be the story, and he's going to be part of many New York Knicks and New York Post articles. I promise you that. I can see it now. But he's always going to come back. As long as Jalen Brunson is the point guard for this team, sacrificing all of that money, you had to figure, he said, he was like, right here, I'm about to sign. I'm sure this is no big deal, but you're going to bring Ryan back, right? Oh, yeah, of course. You all bring him back. All right, cool. Sign the contract. I'm sure that was part, at least some of the conversation in terms of Jalen Brunson signing that extension. For me, I agree with Bontemps. It's not a matter of if or maybe or, yeah, they'll think about it. When? At some point, they're going to bring this kid back. We're all going to talk about it. I'm going to do another video about it. You guys are going to kill me for doing a video about it, and you're going to say, well, why is it relevant, Troy? He's not going to play anyways. Well, it's relevant because we're talking about it now. We know about it now, and we know he wants to form that Villanova group. He wants to have all of them together in that picture. He wants to be part of that story of this team getting a championship and him being part of it. Ryan has every single motivation to come back to the Knicks. We should have every reason to want him back. And every time Ryan comes to the Knicks, we find a way to use him to get another impactful player. So at this point in time, he helps the Knicks more than he hurts us. Come back, Ryan. You're always welcome here. Come back, join the Knicks. You're always going to have a seat on that bench. You can always call as many violations as you want to. We appreciate you. Your friends are waiting. I'm sure it's going to be very, very soon before we start hearing your name come up in a lot of talks with the Knicks potentially getting another player. First, they're going to work on their starting center or backup center. Once they get that player, watch your phone, Ryan. You're getting that call. Wait on that. But something else we need to look at, and maybe somebody who doesn't get enough credit for his performances during the playoffs. He did during the regular season. Jalen Brunson is who I'm talking about right now. Jalen had one of the best years of any Knick player ever. Ever. Of all time. If you look at all the Knicks that have ever played, he's on that list already of all time among all Knicks. And this is his second year he just completed. Not even in his third year yet. And his performances in the postseason have been legendary already. If you're not looking at him sometimes and thinking to yourself, especially in the postseason, how did he get that in? How did he make that shot? How did he get that between 2 or 3 defenders? How did he take contact falling down and still make the shot? How is he getting that over Joel Embiid? That's how good he's been. That's how good he looks. I don't even know what I'm watching sometimes when I see him on the floor with the ball in his hands. He's a maestro out there, a magician. He controls everything. He brings so many defenders around him, and now he understands how to pass out of the double team, how to pass out of the triple team, how to get to the spots he needs to be wherever he needs to be on the floor, regardless of who he's playing, because he understands who he's playing with. And the fact that he has better players to play with now headed into next season, with Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby on the court, they're going to draw their own attention, making everything easier for Jalen Brunson. So if you thought Jalen was cooking in the postseason this past year, can you imagine what he's going to do with more help this upcoming postseason? It's going to be a movie. I'm not the only one who believes this, by the way. NBA Insider with Yahoo Sports, good friend of the show as well, too. We had him on before. Maybe we'll have him on again. Jake Fisher had the following to say about Jalen Brunson and his playoff performances. According to Jake Fisher, who was a guest on Rasheed Wallace's podcast recently, he stated the following: Jalen Brunson is the best playoff scorer that I've seen in person in a long time. I literally left the gym one day and I was telling people, I think he might be the best one-on-one scorer in the NBA. Certain people, if you put one defender on that player, you could get away with it. They won't look that good. But if you put 2 or 3 defenders on somebody, that can slow them down, that can make sure they're out of the loop, that it makes sure that they can't get off the type of offense they want to get off. But not Jalen. Jalen oftentimes does not get sped up. You can't push him. You can't make him do what you want him to do. All Jalen does at certain points is he runs the offense, he leads the offense, he takes charges, but he has the game under control. And it's hard for a point guard to have control like that. I believe Draymond Green gave him this compliment when they were playing them early on last year. With Jalen Brunson, to guard him, it's very difficult because you never are able to speed him up or slow him down. He'll always play at his own pace, methodical, isolation, breaking you down. You give him one-on-one coverage, he's cooking you. He's cooking you. He's cooking anybody. Nobody's guarding him one-on-one. No one. The way he can utilize screens, get around them, use his body, take contact, and still draw the foul, get the bucket to go in, and go to the line for an and one, it's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He's one of the best that I've seen as well, too. I've watched so much NBA ball in my life, so much playoff ball in my life. I've never seen anybody at Jalen Brunson's size, maybe besides Allen Iverson, do what Jalen Brunson is doing. Do it as easy as he's doing it, as effortless as he's doing it. It's great to see. It's amazing to watch a player like that cook so many players on a night-to-night basis. And of course, there are times he's going to get stopped. There are great defenders in this league that you can put on him, that you can slow him down. Or you'll double team him, you'll triple team him, and you'll get the ball out of his hands. But the problem now is, when that ball gets out of his hands, who is it going to? Julius Randle. Who else? Mikal Bridges. Who else? OG Anunoby. And if they're using the bench as well in some of these lineups, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Cam Payne, maybe Deuce McBride if he's still here. All of those guys can shoot. All of them. Josh Hart might only be a playoff three-point shooter. Maybe he'll have to prove us wrong come the regular season next year. But all those guys can legitimately shoot if they're open. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to be open for days. So it's not going to be about how you want to try to beat the Knicks. It's going to be about how you want to lose to the Knicks. How you want to fail against the Knicks. You want to go over to the shooters in the corner and the perimeter? Okay. Bully ball Randle and Jalen Brunson are going to cook you inside. Oh, you want to throw all your defense inside? Okay. We're going to have our shooters in Dante DiVincenzo, Cam Payne, Jalen Brunson, and everybody else cook you from outside. Nothing you can do. Jalen has been amazing. Amazing to watch during the regular season. Amazing to watch during the postseason. All the stats prove it, regardless if you want to consider him just a Knick player or a player among everybody in the postseason. Sensational. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knick fans, and until next time, peace.